in B2B collaboration or cross-tenant synchronizations. So, Contoso recently acquired another Tailwind Traders, and it's difficult to determine which guests are customers or partners and which are employees of the acquired company. Therefore, we need to establish cross-tenant synchronizations to enable collaboration with maintaining zero trust principles. So there are few tasks available here, like configure cross-tenant access settings between two tenants, then restrict external collaboration to trusted domains only. After that, create and configure a cross-tenant synchronizations. Then customize attribute mapping to identify synchronization users. Then provision users to the partner tenant. So let's first task that configure cross-tenant access settings between two tenants. Let me move this side. So for that, what you need, let me duplicate this tab. When you connect to the Entra ID and go to overview sections, and from here you can see the tenant ID. You can copy the tenant ID. Let's do a notepad. This is first one, and let me get the second one here. So here I have uh, add a node or put a node for both sites, like Contoso site tenant ID, Contoso site tenant ID, and the primary domain informations. And also in my case, that is my own environment. I have collected the tenant ID and primary domain. So you can see that the tenant ID, that name is myself, and you see the tenant ID details here and the primary domain. So first, if I go to that Azure Intra and let me go to Intra, and if you go to external identities, and then here cross tenants access settings, what I'm saying that I have already set this up into other site, like myself site, yeah, or tenant for the Contoso one. So now I'm going to set this up into Contoso site to for this myself tenant. So here, when I'm in Entra, you need to go to that external identities, then go to cross-tenant settings, access settings. Then you will see that organizational settings. So click that add organizations. When it's coming, you have to pass the tenant ID or domain name. So other side one. So yeah, this is the one. And when that pop up, you see that myself, it will get that informations. So click on add. And you can see down below that information has been added. So it's just showing that I have already added this one, that for. So now what I have done after that, if you go to that myself and go to that inbound settings, is that there is options for configured. So click that one, and here go to trust settings, and under trust settings, for the first section, so default settings is fine. Now under automatic redemption, we need to select that automatically redeem invitation with the tenant. Tenant name is myself. And then if you go to cross tenant sync, so here you can see that we have added that allow user synchronization into this tenant. And when that is done, like when you done that one, So you need to click that because I have already set up so that options is not coming enable. So when you select it, you select that save options. So inbound is done. Then cross that one. Then go to um, outbound access. Click on configured. Go to trust settings. And here we need to enable automatically redeem invitation with the tenant myself. And then you need to click on save button. When that is done, cross button to close these sessions. Now, after that, next task is we need to restrict external access. So for that, you need to go to external identities and then go to external collaboration settings. If you go there, external collaboration settings, so you can see that we have successfully completed cross-tenant settings, both the site Contoso site and also like myself site. So myself successfully that Contoso and Contoso side, you can see that organization is myself. Now we'll go through the next task, which is restrict external access. So here we have connected to Entra and then go to like external identities and external collaboration settings. Click that options. And here you can see that guest users access. So here we are going to select uh, guest users limited access properties for directory objects. Okay, select that one. Guest invitation settings sections. We are going to select members, users, and users assigned to specific admin roles. Can get that these options actually. So make sure that's that options, and then enable guest self-service sign up by users. So that is no. That's okay. And then if we go to collaboration restrictions, let me check the options what we need to select from the document. So here we are going to select for to the specified domain. So select that one and then target domain. Add your lab partners domain, which is in my case is when I am done, click on save. So successfully updated external collaboration settings. Now we are going to do create a configurations. So for that, when we are here that external identities, and here you can see that cross-tenant options, but we are going to do this now cross-tenant synchronization. So here you can see that down below there is a cross-tenant synchronization. Select that options. Click on configurations. Click to create a new configuration. Click new configurations. And here give a configuration name. And after that click on create to create configuration. So cross-tenant sync config is created. Now let's go to the provisioning section under manage. Click that provisioning. And here you see the provisioning mode is currently manual. Select that to automatic. And now here in the tenant ID box, select the partner's tenant ID. And after that, click on test connections. So test connection successful. That means we have configured the access settings correctly. And we can see that message here. That is subnet credential are authorized to enable provisioning. Now what we'll do, we'll define the user scopes. So when you are in provisioning sections, you go their settings options. Let me refresh the page. So go back to Cross-Tenant Synchronizations. Click on configurations. Then click that Contoso Cross-Tenant Synchronizations. Navigate to provisioning. I have done that one. Why it's not? I did not save last time. Okay, let me add that one and click the save button. Just connections. When that is done, make sure that's the save. Click the save button. It's updating user provisioning settings now, and we can see that it's added here. So now if I go to settings and prevent accidental deletion, no, still not popping up that options. So let me refresh the page again. Cross-tenant synchronization. Going to configuration. Select the configuration that I have created. Then navigate to provisioning sections. Expand the settings options. Now it's pop up here. So we can see that the options that sync only assign users and groups. So that is set to these options. Now go to here that users and groups. Select the options add users and groups. So at this stage is in none selected. So select that one. And here search for legal. So we are going to put that legal team and then click the select button. After that, click on assign to add the team consisting of 2 users to the synchronization scope. So click assign. So this is the first scope of users for synchronization to our partner's tenant. Now go to provisioning again, and this time expand the mapping sections, and select the provision Microsoft Entra ID users. And attribute mapping, you can see that there are many options available. So here you set show in address list. So click that edit button here. Make sure that mapping type is constant and its constant value is true. Then may click on OK. Now go to display name, edit that options, display name. So mapping type, we need to change that to expression, and the pre-existing expression, delete that one. Now the expression you entered is not valid, so we have to add an expression here. So mapping type is expression. Remove the expression, use the expression builder. Select attribute field, select the display name. Let me cross that one just to make sure I am going to the right place. So display name, I am going to edit that. That mapping type is that should be expression. Remove pre-existing one. Enter an expression. Let me find that one actually, what the value I need to add. So here is my